afternoon, and thanks for coming. It's a great turnout. First, I'd like to thank Mike for allowing me to be a part of this. I think it says a lot about his management style and what a humble leader he is to include myself and the other coordinators, as well as a bunch of really great guys that we have on the team as part of this press conference. You're not going to find a more approachable, engaging, confident, yet subdued type of head coach as Mike, and that's very much the way he manages around the building every day. He has a plan, and he's going to keep us heading in the right direction towards that plan. He's going to keep expectations very high, but he's going to do it in a very modest way, and I think that's a great fit for Rice. I think it's a great fit for our student athletes. My role here is to wear a lot of hats, and often I need those hats, particularly when we head outside. With this Houston heat and sun, which has been really quite enjoyable. It's been a great move to Texas, and I've really enjoyed my 6 months here. I feel like Houston is a great international city, but you still certainly feel the Texas pride and the southern hospitality. And the people on this campus and in this community have been so welcoming to me, and I know to the rest of the staff. Mike already alluded to some of the experience that we have on the staff, and I've certainly tried to be a good resource for him on a daily basis. One of the things I learned after 15 years as a head coach is that it made me a better special teams coordinator the last 2 years at Maryland, because you really looked at everything from the big picture and from a position of being very organized and managing a lot of people. And I think the reverse is true. I think being a special teams coordinator prepares you very well to be a head coach, again, because you're dealing with the entire roster, the entire coaching staff, dealing with the entire support staff every day. There's an awful lot that goes into it to be organized and to pull off a successful practice. It also gives me an opportunity with everybody in this room for roughly a half hour a day to establish, reinforce, and hopefully further the culture that we want to build as a program. And I think nowhere is that more evident than in special teams play. And for many people, they think about special teams in terms of a punt or a kickoff or a return unit. I think about it in terms of player development and program development. And our goal is to make each and every guy in the building better every day, because what we do on special teams is no different than what they're doing as a linebacker or a wide receiver or a running back or a defensive back or any other position. Often it's just with more time and space. And so a big part of my job every day is to show them how these things all go together. And it's really cross-training, and it's teaching them football 101, and it's really rewarding to me to see the progress. And particularly with some of our upperclassmen that were exposed to what we're doing in the spring, you can see how they're starting to take off and things are starting to click in terms of the fundamentals in the kicking game. And even for some of our freshmen that have only been here a short period of time and had a chance to be a part of the strength and conditioning program for a little bit in the summer, and now these first few practices, it's really great to see where we're at and where we're going, and yet still have a long way to go. We compete every day in terms of special teams. There's some element of our practice where we're going to create matchups, try to put people in position to be successful, but find out who will strain, who will finish under pressure and under game conditions. And that, again, fits right in with the overall culture of the program. And for me, both as a head coach and an assistant coach, I've been through several rebuilding programs through the years. I just have not been one of those guys who's had a bunch of easy jobs in my 25 plus years of coaching. And so I know we have a big challenge ahead of us, but I also know that if we can excel in special teams, it will go a long way to helping us get this thing turned around and getting Rice football back to where we all want to see it go. So how do we do that? First, it's by taking care of the football. Okay? We all know the quickest way to win a game is by turnovers, and it's also the quickest way to lose a game. So we're going to work hard each and every day to take care of the football. The second thing we're going to do is try to create explosive plays. We want to be aggressive in the kicking game in all aspects and teach our guys to be confident and to sell out and to be confident to make plays. The third part is understanding the importance of field position, and every special teams play is huge changes of field position. We want that to work in our favor. We want that to work hand in hand with our offense and our defense. And then lastly, hidden yards. And those are the things that many of you understand, but maybe the average fan in the stands doesn't understand on Sunday morning when they see a box score, all the situations that occur in a game, a punt hitting the ground and rolling 20 yards that could have been fielded, a holding call on a kickoff return that negates a big return. We want those things to play in our favor, and so we're very demanding, we're very detailed in our approach, and yet we're trying to encourage our guys to play full speed and make full speed decisions. So we're looking forward to taking steps in the right direction in the kicking game. It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been a pleasure to work with our other two coordinators. I think you couldn't ask for two better guys to really feel like you're getting on the same page and supporting each other every day. And with that being said, I get the honor and pleasure of turning it over to Jerry Mack.